considered to be competitive, and I see it, but there are some games that should not be considered competitive.
Right.
But what's your take on that? Like people like getting upset about that?
I mean that's why we have pubs and ranked.
That is
So,
true. But even
um,
with pubs, even like rank players or pro players go to
but
pubs just to pub stomp.
it's the pub stop. But it's like that's why we have the everybody hates the term skill based matchmaking.
Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever you're listening to this podcast. Welcome to the Edboy After Show, the podcast that goes deep behind the scenes on esports and content creation. Today I'm here on a one-on-one this time from episode 3, which had Brooks and those. And that, if you haven't seen that episode, make sure to go check it out. But this time it's just a one-on-one with the man those himself. And yeah, it has a little surprise for us because last time he didn't show his face. But today is today.
We hit the goal.
We hit the
So
goal on Twitter. He hit the
we
goal on
hit the
Twitter.
goal on Twitter, 9K. So
Mm-hmm.
we are at 10.6.
I think so. 10.6. There
hello,
it is.
this is me.
Wow. Chat, look at him.
Sexy man.
Viewers, look at him. But today we're going to have a little one-on-one because a lot has been happening over the last time we had the third episode. He's been moving around through orgs. He's been going through Houston Spartans as a social media manager. He's been doing bigs in the giveaway scene on Twitter, which has honestly been really helpful for a lot of the community who don't have games and been wanting to get these games. And a lot of people are now fortunate enough to get these games now because of him. So I just want to let him speak on what he's done in the past and give him a little bit more insight.
Yeah, so obviously you said that you wanted to know what got me into esports and all this.
Yes.
So before I started the whole giveaway scene, I was with In Control Nation. We was with them for like 4 years. They picked me up as an esports director. Um, I've had phenomenal success with them back in the day before COVID hit. This was before the whole esports economy like basically tanked.
I feel like
COVID hit.
esports when COVID hit, it's just more of like everything, not even just in general esports, everything kind of went downhill from there.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
just more of like the
absolutely.
economy and all that stuff. Everything just kind of went downhill.
Uh,
It was just so hard.
Yeah, it was really hard. But I mean, we made a lot of noise in the Gears esports scene. We had the #1 team
Oh,
for
that's
Gears
good.
5.
That's really
the
good.
whole almost for a whole year. So, um, and after the market crashed, I just wanted to do something different, just rebrand myself and to basically do better for giving back to the gaming community that helped my career in the whole gaming scene era.
And thus,
So
the giveaway hoster was born, and you've been helping out the
pretty much,
community, and it's honestly been a big help. I've been seeing a lot of people that post Twitter post about you and say like, this man's doing such a great job. He's giving back to the community, and it's really hard to give back to this community at times because the games are expensive nowadays. I think a game like right now is like $60 or $70
$60 or $70, yeah.
$70, and it's just like back then when I used to buy games on like a DS and all that stuff, like a 3DS, it would be like $20. Now it's like 60 for a Switch game, and I'm
60.
like, what?
Oh, so you want to know something crazy?
What's crazy?
So even though this is kind of off topic, but like, so when I buy like Nintendo stuff, right, to give away, they're extremely at price because they're very hard to get. So it's very unfortunate.
It
So
is.
yeah.
But other than that, for people who don't know this, I met those through Brooks, and those has been pretty helpful with me as well. He's been getting my name out there for some of the esports scene because, as you all know, I'm trying to hit that challenger level / pro
challenger
level
yeah.
of Call of Duty, and this man has been very helpful. He actually works with Houston Spartans, who's actually in the challenger scene for their team, and they've done really well. They've been very successful. Unfortunately, they bowed out at champs top 6, I believe.
Top 6.
Top 6, they bow out early at top 6, but they're still going to EWC, but just under Omit. But hey, still a good opportunity for the teammates to go experience Saudi Arabia, because that's a once in a lifetime thing. For the EWC to be hosting it in Saudi Arabia it's mind blowing. So
Well, there hasn't been a ESWC since COD AW, I believe.
That is true.
So this is and I believe it was in France. So I was kind of curious. I was like, okay, is there gonna be another one in France? But not. It's gonna be like overseas,
Overseas in Saudi Arabia, which is honestly really cool to see. Like,
which is crazy.
it is crazy to see because a lot of these people, why they go into esports industry is also they just want to experience the world. And what a better way to do it is to compete and travel across the world to go play at different events. I know Valorant, most of their Valorant players are super, super young. And then imagine this, just like your high school buddies are like saying, oh, I'm going to go do an engineer and then I'm going to go be a doctor. Then this one kid, I'm going to be a Valorant pro. And they're like, what? And then 2 years, and then the year later, they're in the Valorant pro scene across the world playing in Seoul, Korea. And then you're just telling your friends, what's up? Like, what?
Well, well remember, esports wasn't as very mainstream as it is today.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was very hard to get in mainstream nowadays. Very, very hard. But since on the topic of EWC, what's your thing about it? I actually like the format with EWC. Because if any of you guys don't know, really quick, sorry for cutting off, is how EWC works is that you have keys. So each team shows up to the event with a key. They have the inner key and then the outer frame. Whoever wins in the tournament puts the key in the trophy that is in the middle, which is like a big circle, and put it in to show that they won the tournament. And then the outer frame,
Cool.
And then the frame they put it on a wall that has the team name embedded on it with the game that they won. So saying 100 Thieves won Call of Duty, they will they put the frame there, and then it will show their name and then Call of Duty right under it.
That's different.
And then the losing teams have to get their keys crushed. So they crush them and put it at the bottom of that wall where they have the teams embedded on there to show like who tried to get there but fall.
That's
and
cool.
The coolest thing is, in my opinion, that shows like
cool.
the best thing is to show like egos is that the winning team gets to pick 3 broken keys. 3 of the broken keys from that team that lost. So like saying Optic, you get to pick either FaZe, Ultra, Thieves, and just have it in your trophy to show that these are the guys that we wanted to beat.
That's insane. That's cool because they only did trophies and it wasn't anything special.
Now this one they really went all out.
All out.
And speaking of which, what's your honest opinions about it, like the EWC?
I'm glad it's back. I mean, I was a fan of the ESWC. It was like kind of like the Olympics for esports, and I hope it stays that way. We need something like that. I wish it wasn't overseas, but hopefully it'll. If it does well, and I think it will, because there's a lot at the ESWC, and it's not just COD. It's like
Overwatch
games that you can think of.
Yeah,
I think it'll definitely stay.
It will 100. There's the games that I compete. I think are Overwatch 2, CS, COD Warzone, and COD MW3. So they have both MP and Warzone, which is honestly a really cool thing to see. I saw
in the two, right?
Yeah, Counter-Strike, and I saw TFT, Teamfight Tactics, and I was like, what?
Yeah,
that blew my mind, and I was like, that is amazing to see, because I know they did League of Legends as well. Bro, that man Faker has now won like every single won how many world championships, and now the Esports World Cup. That man is already a legend right there, and to show that he will,
he probably won't retire for like a long time.
He won't, and especially with what he's done, he's essentially like the Clayster of League of Legends in a sense, and it's honestly really cool to see that. But he's been doing it consistently so consistently to the point to where at every season it starts, you're just like, all right, Faker's team is gonna win this because he's won. It's Faker. Yeah. It's insane. So, no, but EWC's been a lot of fun. I know they did the club points, so pretty much the amount of teams that are competing in each game will get points based on their placement, and whoever has the highest will get the actual World Cup trophy.
Gotcha.
So if you're just competing in one game, you most likely will not be able to get the top. But if you're consistently all playing in the esports in all the games in the esports World Cup, you will have a chance to get that trophy.
I didn't know they went that deep in the ESWC. That's
It
nuts.
it was insane because I watched it.
But I mean, it is technically the Olympics for esports,
It
pretty much.
is, and the talks about the esports actual World Cup was actually in the talks, and is rumored to happen next year in 2025.
That'll be interesting to see.
It would be interesting to see, but the only thing is, what games would they play?
Yeah, I don't know. I I don't know. Probably like maybe League of Legends. Like I would
Probably.
say like a bunch of strategy games or like
But a bunch of team-based games.
yeah. I'll
Team-based
probably,
games or solo?
you're gonna laugh when I say this. Probably Just Dance or something like.
Oh god,
something
there was a rumor that they were gonna do 2K.
because it was that DreamHack.
Yeah, it was a DreamHack. I saw that at DreamHack. Like I saw that on Twitter and Instagram, and I was just like, how is this possible?
I hope not. I mean, no disrespect to Just Dance people, but I'm not
There,
into that.
it's just the competitive integrity. When you think of competitive esports, you think about Valorant, you think about CS:GO, you think about Call of Duty, all
Or
of these competitive
Warzone.
or Warzone or League of
Apex,
Legends.
yes.
It's just like you think about these mainstream games, but
I'm pretty
every
sure
time.
it'll be mainstream.
It
I'm
100%
pretty
has.
sure it'll be mainstream.
Hopefully, because the issue is, it's just more of like people want to. Everyone wants to watch the Olympics, like kids, adults, all of them do. So it's kind of really hard to like kind of show them like what game they could watch, because if it's the Esports World Cup and kids are interested or adults are interested in it, it's kind of
Well,
hard to like think about the age
the-
gap and all that stuff.
The esports World Cup is also not mainstream.
That
so
is
it's not on
true.
television. It's only on like Twitch or Kick or whatever.
And a lot of those people
So-
can watch it just through accounts and all that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people
it'd
are
be cool.
It would be cool. A lot of people are saying that some of the games from the Esports World Cup will transfer over to the Esports Olympics and just
Yep.
adding a few. It was rumored that there were a few. I don't remember which ones. I will have to look those up. But I think one was like Overwatch 2, Street Fighter 6.
Yep.
So I guess for some solo action. Because the Olympics is considered a solo and team. So it's like you got to try to even those things out. I would like to see a solo YOLO, like Warzone, like what they did for the Olympics. But that's a bit...
That would be so many people, dude.
It would be.
I mean, they didn't they do what was that big event for Warzone? The Warzone.
World Series of Warzone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The global finals, and it happened in London. The next one is
Mhm.
actually happening in Vegas.
Yep.
So that's honestly going to be a pretty interesting thing to see, because Warzone, I will say this, it's been a competitive game. It's always been a competitive game. And especially for like, I had
I
this
just think
argument one time with
I
my
think it's
friends.
cool that it's gonna get its own like
Category.
scene.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, category because it's just that big.
especially
But
because
it's the same thing with Apex.
Yeah.
So
What can you do? And then I had this discussion. It was with a bunch of my old friends. Well, but they're still my friends, but it's just like my friends that used to play Siege a lot. And when I got into it, I will say this from the bottom of my heart. I've always seen Siege as an esports game. It was none of that like counter-terrorist, all that stuff. That, it was only like a small margin of it. Anytime when you hop in to play games, it was always competitiveness. Like, and I'm just going to clarify that to everyone, is that if you thought Rainbow Six Siege was, yeah, at the beginning, maybe it was considered a counter-intensive, like, terrorist thing, like, all that stuff. But when you look at it from, like, since the start of it, it was always going to be an esports game, no matter what. It was always going to be an esports game. There was nothing they could do about it, and that's it. So if people are complaining that it's too competitive, then you shouldn't be playing a game that's going to get that competitive. Like, that is just the bottom line. And that's the one thing I also kind of want to talk about. It's just, like, people are getting upset about playing games when it's too competitive. And I've seen that. It's like a lot of people have been getting upset because it's like, oh, I can't have fun anymore because everyone's just trying. For me, the fun for me is like trying to get better and trying to show that I can be
Right.
the best. But for some
Yeah.
people, they just want to just go into the game and just try to
And
again
just casual play. Yeah.
casual play. But now it's just so hard because every game is like considered to be competitive, and I see it. But there are some games that should not be considered competitive.
Right.
But what's your take on that? Like people like getting upset about that?
I mean that's why we have pubs and ranked.
That is true.
So,
But even
um,
with pubs, even like rank players or pro players go to
but
pubs just to pub stomp.
but it's the pub stop. But it's like that's why we have the everybody hates the term skill based matchmaking. That's why you have skill based matchmaking.
SBMM.
Yeah. So I mean, it kind of eliminates that in pubs, but people don't like that either. So it's like there's never gonna be like
There's
a
not a win-win situation.
perfect ultimatum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the win-win situation to where like, oh, I kind of want this, but then I want that. And it's
Unless
just like,
unless you're gonna hop in a rank and shoot bots for like what 5-12 minutes
I mean, that's just
and then
a
go play
warm-up.
rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, I
So
honestly like doing my pubs is warm up because that's why it's like actual people.
yeah, it's actual people.
And then you could just warm up your aim. I mean, when we played our first raid game today, I was already playing pubs beforehand, and I already felt
Hmm.
warmed up enough. But then I just started warming up even more in that raid game, and we won it.
Yep.
Thankfully, it was getting close because our teammates couldn't know how to hold a hill. So,
Yep.
but
So I mean, there's always like what's the word?
cons, I
Like
guess you could say.
yeah, pros and cons. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always pros and cons.
Especially when gaming. But I mean, it is what it is. You
But
can't
like
really
I
control it.
like, for example, I like Halo. I like the Halo bots because when you bump them up to like max difficulty, they actually play like actual people. It's nuts.
Mhm.
So like they'll strafe and like they'll like Gandhi hop, which is like you spam jump in the air.
Mm.
Like they actually play like real people. So
Nah,
I've never seen bots do that.
Yeah, for COD bots,
So
it's just more the fact they just have like aim assist, like max that they just have like aim bot, and they're just like we don't
yeah,
care at all.
yeah. But like with Halo, they actually play like a real actual person.
Yeah,
So
it's just
like they'll slide and everything.
uh it's just it's so hard to perfect
The
that.
COD bots don't do that, do they?
No, they do not. They don't slide cancel. They don't like head glitch. They don't like they don't do the stuff that like COD amateurs or COD pros would do.
Right.
They just walk around and they just snap on your head.
Okay, that's what I thought. So
And that's it.
imagine if they made the bots like Halo movement like actual players that might. I mean,
Kind of.
that would be cool.
That would kind of like set the scene for a bit, which is honestly, it would honestly be pretty cool. But at the same time, it's just more of like Activision just wanting to do the work because you know how they are. Sometimes some developers just don't want to do the work to get it that way, and they just say, "Oh, just go into pubs if you want to experience that." But again, skills makes matchmaking, and then the aim is just like you could be playing pubs, and you could be playing like the lowest level players in the world, and then you go to ranked, you play like top 250.
Yep.
So there's like, okay, what did I warm up for? Because like it doesn't feel like I warmed up for anything.
Right.
But needless to say, that's like the biggest thing in like competitiveness. It's just like people just need to find that middle ground of just like trying to play and trying to have fun because sometimes the best thing about games is learning the game and trying to get better, and that's the fun part of it.
Yep.
Some people
That's the
just
fun
don't.
part.
Some people don't like that. I will say some people should. If those people should stick to like single player games and all that stuff, because if you don't like that, I would just say don't do that. Don't play those games because they will get really competitive and you will have a hard time. But other people, if you like learning a new game and it's a multiplayer game and you just want to get better and better, then go at it and have some fun with it. That's what got me into COD. It's like I wanted to get better, got on a controller, and then just started playing every single day until I got better.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of which, really quick, it's like, what is like the biggest thing of like giveaway hosting? Like what's the biggest issue, and then what's the biggest achievement out of it?
The biggest issue is I mean I guess I can talk to every giveaway hoster out there that does this. So obviously there's a lot of giveaway hosters that have done this longer than me.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually partnered on YouTube and partnered on Twitch. And that is their job, is like they do giveaways. That's all they do. Um, I would say there's a lot of fraud. Unfortunately, there's a lot of giveaway fraud on Twitter, bro. It's very disappointing, and that's why you see like people like me or other giveaway hosters, they have a vouch hashtag
Ah.
for receipts. So like, let's say that if I give you something, right? So you won like let's say that for example, right? Say
Mm-hmm.
like MW3,
Yeah.
like you get a copy of MW3, you want it, and I tell you, okay, if the code works, cool. Send me a screenshot of like the activation and then put my hashtag on. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that means like, you know, it worked for you, and that's my vouch. Like I'm legit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I've had instances where, for some reason, sometimes this does happen where I do buy keys and the keys don't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to. I'll be like, okay, I'll just go ahead and buy another key, or I'll wait a couple days to get a refund and then go buy a new key,
Yeah.
and it usually works. But I tell them specifically, if you have any problems, tell me in DMs first before like saying that I'm a fraud or whatever, because I'm
Yeah.
not. I have 100+ vouchers.
And that's the issue. It's just that some people will just like to, even if they win the giveaway, they will just like to complain. They'll
Oh
they'll
yeah.
find they'll find any
Or
reason to complain.
or I've had instances where they've won my giveaway and they didn't want to use the code, they wanted to sell it. And that's okay. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, people would want to sell it.
That doesn't.
Um
You won the
so
giveaway to get the game, and now you're just wanting to sell it. That
yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, so people want to sell it for money, obviously, because I'm helping people globally, so like
Yeah.
all over the world.
Ah.
Um so there's a lot of like poor people. I wouldn't say poor, but like
Less
so
fortunate people who
ca-
can get
right,
it.
less fortunate people can get it, right.
Mhm.
So I don't mind them selling it as long as I get my vouch.
Yeah.
And luckily I was, but if I don't get the vouch in time, then I expose the DM. Sorry.
It's all good.
So
Hey, but that's like,
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the
that's a
only
way
way to
to,
save.
yeah, that's the only way to
It's the only
say it,
way to
because
save my butt.
I will say this, even if it's like any like sort of like drama or anything you're dealing with, the best way to do
Mhm.
it is have the proof on you. And if
Yep.
people want to just blast you and just say like, oh, this person did this, yada yada, he's a fraud, you post the DMs of just like, I told him this, he never
Yep.
listened.
Yep.
Who's
Or
they gonna believe?
or I've had winners scam me too and saying the code was not working, even though, because I'm like, okay, the code doesn't work, all right,
Mhm.
cool. But like the second time when it's cheap, I was like, nah, something's up.
Yeah.
So because like I immediately contacted the seller, and he's like, absolutely not, like the codes always work with no issue unless they already have Game Pass Ultimate already activated on the account, and it won't work. So
Yeah.
I was like, ah. So I sent him the screenshot of what the seller says, and he like immediately stopped talking to me after that. So then I
Wow.
exposed the DM and put him on we have a group chat with like bigger giveaway hosters, so we
Mhm.
all communicate when winners are scamming
Yeah.
hosters.
Just to
And we
show
put
that if that
we put
person
them
ever
on a
tries to,
blacklist,
yeah.
so they can't enter in giveaways anymore.
So how does that work? Because I know you use like a certain bot to help you with the Twitter.
Uh, Twitter Picker. So Twitter Picker is like a website where you can just slap the post in, and you can say like, okay, for the account to be, what's it called, like
Blacklisted.
verified to go
Oh.
through, you have to have 100+ tweets. Your account has to be a month old, and you have to at least have been. I could change it, obviously,
Uh-huh.
but you have to tweet within a few days, a week, or a month. I keep it within a week that you have posted, and then it generates everybody in the list, and then the draw is done. That's it.
So how would you like put in like someone that's blacklisted? Like saying, is
Uh,
there like a mode to like put it in blacklist
n-
and
no, I wish. No, we just have to like
keep an
not
eye on it?
keep an eye on it. Yeah. So,
I think the best
but
thing for that one,
that's kind of impossible because it's like you can make another account.
yeah, make more
So,
accounts and then just
but if they
go
make a
ahead.
new account, then they can't enter in the draw because they can't make a new account and enter in the
Oh,
draw. So it blocks it from that.
okay, that makes sense. So
So,
I think that's why you have like those set requirements, and I think they're honestly the
mhm.
best thing to do because if someone's trying to, someone does get blacklisted and then are trying to make new accounts, they would just be like, "Why didn't I win this giveaway?" It's like doesn't make any sense. I should have won it, and it's just
Right,
like there are certain requirements for you to win the giveaway.
right.
So
Yeah, I got blasted on this was like maybe like a month ago. Like some dude like obviously I keep the link so people
mhm,
can click on the link and see the requirement or whatever and go through it.
of course,
Is your camera good by the way?
yeah, it is. It's just the little, it's just the
Oh,
audio. Well, not
oh,
audio.
okay.
It's just like the. I don't know why I said audio. That's a weird thing. It was more of like the lighting sometimes changes a bit. I don't have very good
Okay.
lighting. I have like these
Okay, okay.
lamps providing
Gotcha,
my
gotcha.
lighting, so this is like the only
Gotcha.
source of lights. I
That's
have a
why you're
big
looking
light,
green.
but I don't want to use the big light because the big light will get way too bright, and I'm like, my eyes.
Okay, okay. So anyways, yeah, so what happened to me a couple months ago is like this dude got mad at me because he was like and he circled and he was like, dude, you're a fraud. And I was like, what you mean? And I was like, it says 100+ tweets. And I was like, your Twitter doesn't even require that. And I was like, and also when you retweet, it counts as a post.
Yeah.
And I told him that, and I was like, dude, you can't. So I had to basically talk to him privately in DMs, and I was like, dude, there's no way you can rig Twitter Picker. I was like, it's a bot. It's automatically checks it. It's never been wrong.
Huh?
I was like, you know, please take the post down because like, I mean, I have
It's
a
just
lot of reputation.
false.
Yeah, it's basically false. Yeah,
Sorry
saying that
for
I
yawning too
rigged
much.
the
I
giveaway.
just ate, so that
So
foodness is like kicking in. It's just
yeah,
like, oh
but
no, God no.
I would say the best accomplishment in the giveaway scene is to like work with other brands
Hmm?
like organizations that need promos or like content creators. But I mean, even if I'm not making any money for promos, I still think I'm doing a good thing regardless
Hmm?
because it's still helping people.
It's still helping the
Um,
gaming community. It's still helping them get
right,
games that they wanted to play all these years,
all the time.
and now they have it. So hopefully, and try to win it.
But so, but I think that's the best. I think that's really important is to like help people in need in general when we can. But I just don't. The thing about me though is I took the giveaway community and flipped it on its head completely.
Yeah, you did a lot of work.
Um, so it's not I'm not just doing giveaways. Like I donate to streamers that need it. So I do donation challenges for small streamers and donate, you know, some pretty good cash. I don't tell them how much it is, but I made people cry on stream. I've also paid so someone gave me a recommendation to check out the streamer or whatever,
Hmm.
and she had like maybe like 3 or 5 viewers playing COD, and I saw her donation goal was to get a new microphone, which was only like $50. So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, bet I'm gonna just drop the whole $50. And she thought it was fake. She literally thought it was fake and was gonna offer me a refund, but then she was crying, and then she DM'd me on Twitter. Like she literally stopped mid game, and she was like, "Holy shit! Like you didn't have to do that." And I was like, "No, it's okay. Like I work with people that want me to do this, and that's why I'm very blessed to have clients or like organizations to help me do what I do. It's not just to do giveaways. It's more than that.
Hmm.
I also donate to smaller organizations that need help with editing or whatever. If I see potential, I'll slap a $100 donation anonymously, and they can use it for their video editor or whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
Which is honestly a
I,
pretty good thing to do. Like, you're helping so much around the esports community, which is honestly really not even just esports, just gaming in general. Like, you're helping these people grow into something more and helping them out, and you've been doing a lot, which a lot of people really should give you credit for, and they do. and it's really
Yeah, they
awesome to see.
do. I've literally gotten really nice messages and cried. Um, but like obviously because I got inspired by Mr. Beast.
Even though
So
he's not a good spot right now.
yeah, he's in some drama right now, and I really hope that's not true.
Yeah,
It would be really unfortunate if his stuff was all fake,
yeah.
and but that's not going to stop me. But yeah, that was the first inspiration, and then like obviously I'm not just working for Houston Spartans. Like I help like 7 other different companies
Hype
with
unit.
like promos and like teaching them how to use Twitter correctly to grow.
Even though
And
some of them don't
eventually,
listen.
and, and eventually, like eventually, I want them to run their own giveaways.
Hopefully.
But um, like
But
obviously,
it's like
I don't want
teaching
them to
like a
stop
class.
using me as promos.
Yeah.
But because I get good deals all the time, so it's like, but if you want to do a giveaway by yourself, go ahead. Like I don't mind it. It's
Yeah.
something that orgs should do to obviously help them grow, but also give back to their fans or community or whatever.
It's not. It's like teaching a class essentially. You have some of the.
Yeah,
You have people who listen,
exactly.
people that won't, and then it's just like you're trying to just get everything situated, and hopefully they'll take this knowledge and take it somewhere else, or to use it for their company, or just in general at all if
Or
they want to
do
help
it in
out.
general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
really quick, since we're on the topic of like the scene, like what got you into the esports scene? Like, was there a specific person? Was there a specific org? Because everyone always says the specific org is either Optic or Face, which
not
is like
Optic.
the big.
Optic, yeah.
Of course,
So, like,
it's always been Optic.
yeah, it was Optic for me, and then obviously it really boomed with when I was within Control Nation. Now, obviously, I do want to get back into it possibly, when the economy is right, and I think I'm in a very stable position to help even more companies for what I'm doing. It's just reasonable spending, but
Because spending nowadays is just so high. It's like
yeah,
putting
it's a lot.
some team into a
Like
league or something. It's just hard.
like the amount that I spend on giveaways is literally ridiculous, but the amount of support and clients that I work with, and it just pays it off. So
Yeah.
it helps.
And that's good. At least you're like giving like that price range. Is like, hey, I'm gonna do this, but you gotta pay me, and then you'll get this, you'll get the promo, and you get the viewers. Because I'll say this, guys. I did this. I did a giveaway with him. He said, just pay me, and then I'll help you with your viewer attraction and all that stuff. And it really did. Like he got me like a lot of you.
Now
Followers and
I
viewers,
tell
and it's really
people
good.
I tell people all the time though, like the actives will probably won't stay, and that's not the point. It's just to basically help you with the algorithm. That's
Yeah.
it. Like if you're close to the monetization goal, that's where you want to do a promo. Or if you're not doing, if like a org is not doing anything, and it's like the off season, I guess it's what it's called,
Yeah.
the off season. For sure you want to do a giveaway and keep your actives up or whatever.
Of course.
It doesn't have to be gaming. You could do a giveaway on like your sponsor products. It's just there's a specific format that you should do it because like the less actions on a post, for example, like repost and follow,
Yeah.
that's like an action. So the less action that you have on a post, the more entries that you'll have. The more actions you have on the rules, the less entries you'll have.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of things that go into it, and I can see that.
yeah, obviously. But that's like the rule of thumb.
That is true. It's essentially just the rule of thumb for, I guess, anything. You gotta go into some stuff, and you gotta sort things out, try to figure out how you're gonna do things, and just like try to get going. Also,
And how long you're gonna keep the giveaway up for?
Yeah,
Like
of course.
I've seen like 2 days or 3 days max, but I think 24 hours is like the sweet spot because it forces people to stay active.
Of course, and especially if you're doing like 30, because I see a lot of people, especially with the Valorant Chance bundle that's been out. They do like 72 hours,
Yep.
32,
Yeah, which
34,
is 3 days.
3
Yep.
days, 2 days. But I think
I
what
like
are
the
you
one
doing-
day.
Yeah, the one day, it's honestly perfect. give it just one day, see you entries, and then bam. Because you don't want to have
because
too much entries and then don't.
well, and the other thing is it's like the momentum will stop too.
That is true.
Um, so for example, so like the the algorithm on Twitter for me will reset on the next day at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh wow.
So that continues on to the next day. So that's why I do 24 hours because I want the max impressions that I can get for that full day, and then for the next one, it
For the
continues
next, for
on,
the next, for the
but for the
next.
next giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really big thing of just like when thinking about doing giveaways, you got to have like, okay, how is this going to turn out? How is it? You always want to think about the outcome, and then also think about what
Oh
you
yeah.
need to do to get this outcome.
But it's also, I think it's also important to like listen to your. I'm gonna say this specifically, and this is no like bash towards like any giveaway hoster.
Yeah.
But they don't talk to their. A lot of them don't talk to their audience, which is very weird to me. Like people actually freak out that I've actually talked to them and have normal conversations. I'm like, yeah, like I want to get to know you guys. Like I think getting reached all the way from Turkey is freaking cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
you
that's
want
insane.
to know like what your audience wants, and you want to know what
So
it's just like the same thing with content creation and streaming. You want to know
right,
what they want, so that way you could get the viewership up, and you have that
right.
same content
So
going.
so it's like there's obviously like a lot of games, but it's like what's gonna be hot this month? For example, like Black Wukong comes out like August 20th, and
I
then you
believe
have or
so.
August 19th, and then you have Star Wars Outlaws on the 20th, which is the
Hmm.
next day. And I swear I got those on block right now because as soon as I post those on day one, they're gonna blow up. Like that'll be it.
Oh, 100%. It's a new
It's just
game.
it's because it's in high demand. Like
It's a new
I
game, high
did
demand.
I did 6 copies of like Elden Ring DLCs for the whole week. For the whole week, obviously because a YouTuber paid me
Of course.
to promote them, but it was cool. And then
Yeah,
because
money.
obviously I don't do that. Like I usually do like 1 or 3 copies of the new game, and then I never do it again
Yeah,
because the hype die out eventually.
of course.
But yeah, I would say it's pretty cool. Like getting to know people is definitely cool. The messages, obviously there's bumps in the road, but I would say like I really appreciate the people like you guys or whatever, or like the orgs that reach out that want the promotion, and I'm very fair about like
Yeah.
negotiating with them. So, but I would say like the biggest thing that I've accomplished by doing this was getting the hype badge, which
Oh
was
yeah.
the I've had that for a while, and I was the only giveaway hoster to ever have a badge on
Yeah.
Twitter. I'm hoping I'll get it back very soon. Um, but yeah, I think after I got the badge and I kind of like learned like what needed to be changed as a standard, it made the giveaway community as a whole to do better. Um, which obviously came with some hate too because it's
Of
like
course.
I
There's always
feel
gonna be
like
hate wherever you go. There's
yeah,
always gonna be
like
hate.
I feel like I've taken a lot of people's clients or whatever because of the popularity, but I'm giving away everything. It's not just Fortnite games, Xbox Game Pass. I'm literally giving it all.
Yeah.
But like other giveaway hosters, they're stuck at like one specific thing. Like for a lot of them are Fortnite because it's cheap. Then that's
Cheap,
okay.
easy, and
It's okay, but it's like I'm willing to spend more for, you know, the better engagement.
yeah.
So it's just like learning like what needs to change. Now I do think eventually, and I'm very, I wouldn't say scared, but I feel like I'm gonna lose um the throne eventually if I don't stay 10 steps ahead. Um meaning like if someone just randomly in the like decided like, hey, I want to do giveaways and spends a lot more than I do,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I think I would be endangered. But I think it won't be. I think it won't beat the variety that I bring to the
Yeah,
table.
of course.
So,
So
and
there's a
the
lot of things.
quality
Yeah,
that I'm doing too.
yeah. There's a
Like
lot
the
of things
quality
that
that I'm
someone can
doing
do.
for advertising is a lot.
Yeah.
Like I switched everything to video,
Mm-hmm.
which made me even more popular.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of it. And then I think the other thing is just when thinking about it, is like, yeah, someone could do it and give out a lot more, but they're not doing it with the integrity that you're doing it, like doing like the
right,
promotion, doing the all these different types of games. There's could be just one person who could just like, oh, I could do the same thing that he does,
right.
but are you doing the
But some people,
promotions correctly?
some people are doing it for the money, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's a
Like
job.
it's cool. Like there's some days where like I'll just do a giveaway and like lose like $30 and I don't get any clients. That's okay because I can get it back, no problem.
Yeah,
But
there's gonna be
you know
pros and
that
cons whenever you go.
yeah, yeah. There's pros and cons, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was good enough for me. The whole non-face reveal was cool for a while
Oh
because
yeah,
I mean I
this
came
man
up
was
out of
mysterious.
I literally came up out of nowhere, just like doing donations and stuff like that over Twitch, and people were like really hella confused
And for
on
all the
who this like
viewers, yeah, for all the viewers
on
wondering, I was the only one who got, only me and a certain other people got to know his face. No one
yeah
else on the internet
o-
knew.
only people in the friend group knew.
Yeah.
And then like I was getting noticed quick over Twitch that like an anonymous user was going around donating to smaller streamers that needed help for challenges, and then I was like, okay, it's catching on very quickly. But
Like,
like,
who is this guy?
yeah. So but like people got weird. Like people said like, what's your intentions? And they're like, people were like that, and I was like, no,
I'm
like
just doing this just because I'm doing
I'm just
this.
doing this. Yeah, I'm just doing this because like, I think it's a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously people know now, but
It's like back in like high school. It's like a really quick thing because I've noticed it's like
well, because Mr. Beast did it first. He did it first, but he did it for bigger creators, and I'm only doing it for smaller streamers that actually need it.
not for what you're doing. It's like for instance, I've seen this like as like a story
But
thing.
I've been doing this for only 5 months.
Hey, and
By
that's
the
been a
way.
good 5 months for you. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's been a good 5 months.
It's been a good five
Yeah.
months, man. Just been chilling in his chair, just like, what a good life.
So, no, it's been cool. I hope I can keep doing this like for a long time and hopefully get some bigger. Like, I want to eventually do more than just do what I'm doing now, like controllers or like a PC giveaway or
Well,
whatever.
that would be cool. That would be fire.
It would be really neat, but it's like I would love to have a sponsor that would like understand my vision, because like a lot of this stuff like I can't I'm kind of nervous to do giveaway products because it's like I can't transport this like overseas without spending a crap ton, and there's not a lot of companies that can ship overseas anyway. So
It's
I don't
just
know.
yeah.
I
It's
don't know what to
there's like
do.
a big risk factor. It's just like the same thing with everyone. It's like saying moving to a new
But
city. It's
that's
like
why I
I'm
stick
moving
with
to a new
digital
city,
products
and
and
then
global
like
peace.
a lot of things.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things that go into it. It's just like in the daily life thing. And going back to like what's your benefit? It's like in high school, like saying like a person is just trying to help like a kid out, like a senior
Yeah.
helping out a freshman, and then a lot of
I
people
mean,
are
the
asking
only
like
thing
what's
I
your
ask
what's
in
your gain?
return
And I was
is
like,
like,
just want to make a friend.
if you're interested in the giveaway, cool. Like enter it, try to get it, or just follow me on Twitter and you know, just give me a vouch. That's it. That's all I ask, or like a little shout out.
Mm.
Um, I really don't ask for that much in return. I really don't.
And that's something that a lot of people need nowadays. It's like that there's good people like you and like a lot of other good people that do this just out of the kindness of their heart, and a lot of
Yeah.
people just try to mistreat it as like, oh, he's just doing this just for popularity. No, he's doing this
Mm.
out of the goodness of his heart.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's
like like us in the giveaway community, we have a chat like where we all talk when stuff hits the fan.
yeah.
Um, but like, even though yes, it's competition, but
Mhm.
like we all have the same. We all help each other out. Obviously, we all help each other out. Um
Have this.
we all want to help the people that can't afford at the end of the day.
You all have the same intentions, pretty much,
Yeah, yeah, we all have the same intentions. Yeah,
which is pretty good. That's
but
honestly really something.
we all just do different things and advertise different. So
Yeah, I'll do like your own separate things, like different things you could do. Also, I have a stress ball now.
now, like, so
Randomly
a lot of
popped
people
up in my
don't.
head.
A lot of people don't know is like, um, so we sometimes we'll talk to another giveaway hoster. I've done this a few times, like
Yeah.
where I'll talk to a few of my giveaway hoster people that I know that I'm really cool with, and we'll do a collab together.
That's honestly like really
So
cool
like
thing
if
to
we're
do.
stuck, this is gonna sound greedy, but
Oh
like,
God.
so if we're stuck like trying to hit like a bigger follower goal or whatever, because we're running out of like, you know,
Ideas.
mutuals, we'll literally do a thing called uh winner's choice. So what that is, we'll we'll come as us giveaway hosters or whatever, we'll come as a collective and say, okay, what is the 4 products that we want to, obviously we have to buy it. So like I'll have to buy something, he will have to buy something, he'll have to buy something, he'll have to buy something. But we all say, okay, out of all these 4 people who are giveaway hosters, who has the biggest outreach? They're gonna post it, but they're gonna advertise our accounts or blah 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 for the giveaway.
Yeah.
But it's winner's choice. So it's 4 different items, but the winner gets to pick of what they want. So when that's done, I believe I've only done this with like, so I've only done this with like one giveaway where I did a Game Pass, and a giveaway guy that I work with, he did a skin for Fortnite. So I think we reuse it. So like once it's winner's choice, we keep going until it's fully gone.
Yeah.
I don't think we do that. If it's winner choice, if it's like only 2, because like he could just reuse it for the other day.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, but it's still cool, and sometimes we'll do that.
Like a little challenge between you all.
Well, it's just to help. It's just to help with our impressions and to help everybody else.
Little fun competition,
So,
you know. A little fun competition.
Yeah, but I think the winner's choice method was really cool to learn. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to do that pretty soon.
Ooh.
But I want to talk to like 4 different giveaway hosters and do a 4 option winner picker method and see how that goes.
Ooh. That would be really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
So really quick, we're right now at, I'm looking at the timer right now. We're at 47 minutes, and we've been actually doing a really good time. So I'm gonna give this segment to you, which is pretty much which I do to all of the people who have been on my podcast, is where you can ask me a certain set of questions for me, and I'll answer them and see what you're trying to, like, you can try to pick my brain a little bit, not too.
You want to talk about the topics that I wanted to talk about on here?
Sure, let's go for it.
It's like really short.
Sure, let's go for it.
So what do you think about the BO6 leak?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Shoot for a moment. The BO6 leaks. So as everyone knows on Twitter, BO6 got recently
on a PlayStation 4 console.
hacked PlayStation 4, which blows my mind, and I kind of already knew that.
Jailbroken PS4.
Yeah, broken PS4. Well, you could technically say hacked. It's
hacked PS4.
Hacked PS4. So, which was insane to me because I already knew the graphics. When I saw that, the graphics did not look so great. So I was like, okay, this has to be on a console. And when I saw that, I was like, there's no way someone leaked this already.
But I just didn't know it was on a PS4 though. I was like, that's crazy. Now
it was on
I
an
do
Atari.
know that
it was on an Atari.
yeah, I do know that so I was actually, I'm glad I didn't do this, but they did a preview of the PS4 that was broken,
Mm-hmm.
but they did a like Mario.
Yeah.
They put Mario games on a PS4 game,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
Nintendo and then Nintendo was pissed because like they posted it, they were like absolutely not. So like Sony had to do like a quick fix or something, and that was that.
That's
So I was
insane.
very yeah. So I was very surprised that the VO6 leak happened on a PS4 because I guarantee you that they're gonna do a lawsuit.
Yeah, 100% they're gonna do a lawsuit. And the thing is, when you're looking at the gameplay of it, it
It
looks
looks like crap.
it looks like crap. But the like you see what we're gonna be dealing with in the Omni movement and all that stuff. Like, I'm excited for the competitive season because you know everyone's gonna use it. Because I heard from the podcast that it's not toggled.
No, it's not toggled.
It's built
It's
in.
built into the game.
It's built into
Yeah.
the game. And you know, like Shotzi, Hydra, they are going to abuse it to the
Like
ground.
crazy.
They're going to abuse it to the ground. And that's what I'm super, super excited for. It's just more of like, hey, this Omni movement's going to come out. Let's have some fun with it. And with BO6, like all of that happening, it's going to be insane. That's why I tweeted out, hey, I'm a free agent for BO6. Someone pick me up, please.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that was.
then we had the whole Mr. Beast drama.
Yeah,
That too.
that I will not get too
What's
much.
your thoughts about that?
I will not get too much into detail about it, but I think it's insane how how it can expand so fast like that drama. It's like essentially like high school to where like one thing of drama will spread like wildfire throughout the school. It will spread out throughout the entire world so fast because again, it's based off of a popular person or relations with a popular person, and it spread like wildfire, which is insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
And with the allegations that were there, it's like, and the proof that's being shown, there's a lot of ways to go about this, and I'm hoping, like, a lot of.
I hope it's not true, bro.
Yeah, same. I hope it's not true either.
I hope it's not true that Mr. like apparently. So I like the leak that happened because it was a former employee or something like that. He said like all his giveaways were like fake. All of the contestants were like stars or whatever. Which there's just some pretty damning evidence. And then the cease and desist came out.
Yeah.
Which is
Something
very questionable.
Yeah, it is very questionable.
And
So
I was like, oh my god. So I don't know, man. Like,
there's a lot to go around. It just really depends on how the situation can be turned and how it's looked upon, because there's still a lot of things that can happen.
And people knew about it. Like, I'm just like, dude, like, I really hope it's not true.
I'm hoping it's not true either, but we can't.
That
really
was
know
my
for
whole
sure.
inspiration of the whole,
Of course.
the whole giveaway thing.
Of course.
Was through Mr. Beast, and obviously the anonymous thing was just like from a friend of mine. But like, but helping other companies. This is getting a little bit off topic, but like to even help other companies and work with them. That was inspired by Elon because he owns like all these other companies. So I was like, why not where I can just do the same, pretty much. But yeah, I just hope at the end of the day, through gaming, But like, I really hope Mr. Beast stuff is not true. But the evidence that support, like with the video,
it's pretty damn good evidence.
Incredibly. Yeah,
it's damn good evidence. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm. No, that's pretty much all the stuff that I have.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Like trying to think, like what got him into this and all that stuff.
Who, Mr. Beast?
Oh no, like to me, like any questions that you can think.
I mean, not really. I mean, we've talked before.
We've all.
What? Yeah, I already know about Shillard.
Yeah, he does.
And like the first episode coming back.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're one of the first returning guests to be coming back, which is honestly pretty fun. We had
Yep.
another friend that wanted to do that, but it's just so hard to work around her schedule because she does like a lot of cosplays and all that stuff, and she's trying to work around events and trying
Oh,
to do
that's
her own
cool.
thing. But she wants to do
Yeah.
one in person again, and that was a lot of fun. And hopefully we get Grizzy on that one as well.
Mhm.
The reason why I forgot to mention why Grizzy's not here is because he got a PC, and I also got a PC. We both built custom PCs. This man
I hooked
helped us.
him up.
He hooked us up and optimized them pretty well, and I'm happy. Like it's been a lot, and I did a stream, felt smooth as ever, and it was amazing. But like this man right here, everyone in the I'll post like his social, his Twitter, like in the description below because go get this man a follow. Like this man has done a lot for all of us as a friend, and he just deserves a lot of that credit. Like he really does.
Yeah,
So,
thanks, man.
oh man, anytime. And the thing is, I'll also say this: we're also trying to plan like a meetup for COD champs, but that kind of got messed up. But hopefully next year we
Well,
can do it.
it wasn't for COD champs. It was for Major Four.
For Major Force Charlotte, but then they're like, no, we're gonna cancel that.
Yep. Yep.
So-
So we're gonna go to Charlotte, but we're definitely going this year.
Hopefully, so that way you can meet all.
I
our
don't
friends
care if I go
online.
broke.
I
We're
don't care
going.
if I go broke. This man says. All right, I guess we'll
We
do a
going.
one more segment, quick action, really quick. I'm gonna do like at least like a few questions, and you gotta answer them super quick. And then I guess
Yep.
if you want to do them in return, and then we'll end off the podcast from there. All right.
Yep.
Question number 1: what's your favorite Call of Duty of all time?
Black Ops 2.
Ooh, that's a good one. Favorite food?
Sushi.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite PC company that you like to like ever work with in the future?
I liked iBuyPower
By Power.
a lot. Mm-hmm.
Really good PCs, helping out. And one more thing, what is your favorite esports to watch or compete in?
Oh man, that's a hard one. I would say like, dude, I would say between Halo, COD, and Gears. But I
Ooh,
wish,
that's
I
a
wish- I
three-way
wish
tie.
Gears was
That's a
back.
three-way tie.
I-
It's a
yeah.
three-way tie, but one of them is gone.
Yeah, I wish Gears was back because it was just so toxic. It was so toxic and wasn't mainstream, and everybody would just like, I mean, people would say wild stuff on the.
Oh,
online.
I've seen it.
I
I
didn't wanna
saw.
cuss,
I
But
saw
people
the
would get in
video.
fist fights.
I saw the video of it, like of like the craziness of Gears, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"This is much more than COD. Like, why aren't we seeing this?"
Yep.
That's
I would
insane.
say if I have to pick a favorite esport to go back to, I would say Gears definitely because of the
Wow.
environment.
You want to?
I know that's a portray to my COD
Oh,
because I competed in
shoot.
COD,
Oh,
but
God. All right, you want?
Yeah.
All right, let's switch it around this time. Now you ask me quick questions about
favorite game of all time that you've ever played for
Uh,
esports.
For esports wise, I'll have to say Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3.
Ooh.
I was a jetpack kid because that was the first game I started in, and that was like the
Okay.
one that got me into Call of Duty.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Favorite food?
Favorite food would have to be chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Okay. What is your favorite esport to watch? Obviously, you're gonna say COD.
Actually, it's between two. It's between two.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Valorant and COD because when you think about it, Valorant is a lot more strategic and high tense to where like you're
Mhm.
always thinking on your toes, and it goes on for a long time. And it's like the Call of Duty thing where like they're face to face, so they could still like talk to trash, they can still do all that, but at the same time, it's not like fast paced. I mean, it can still somewhat be fast paced when you're entering a site, but more just like you're sitting there just like waiting patiently, and you can see like them looking at each other, but not really, and they're like, who's gonna get the first pick off first? Who's gonna win the gunfight? It's just so much goes into it, and that's why I love watching Valorant as well.
Yeah.
So those are the between two.
So what esport event you want to go to if you had to pick one?
If I had to pick one, in my opinion, like, are we talking like right now here or go like back in time?
Just in general.
Just
like,
in general? I would have to say probably because I've already been to COD champs. I would like to go see a Valor World Championship.
Oh God, yeah.
I would like to go travel like across the seas to like Seoul, Korea, go watch that. Just insane. Or just even a Masters. That would be honestly insane. Because it's a pretty big event. Like a lot of people, they get like a whole stadium for it, and it's just insane to me.
Yeah, and the production is nuts.
The production
it
is
is
nuts.
definitely top tier.
It is. They do like teaser trailers of like the players, like how they like, and do like little stories of them. It's just like, Like Benji Fishy, he was a Fortnite pro, got burnt out. Then Valorant came out, and he's like, "This is my chance to get back in."
Mm-hmm.
So, it's honestly super like inspiring what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right, that's good enough for me.
that's good. All right. Well, we kind of just hit the hour mark. So again, thank you guys for watching episode 4 of the Edboy After Show. Thank you again for those for being on this episode and a returning guest. Hopefully, we can see it more in the future as well. If you guys like this, make sure to leave a like if you're watching this on YouTube. But if any other listening platform, just make sure to give us a follow and like it, because this is honestly, I love doing this podcast, and I get to interview a lot of people from esports and content creation, and now giveaway scene and cosplaying. It's cool to see that. It's awesome to see how everything's built around and how they go through this process. So again, thank you. I will put this man's socials down below, so make sure to go give him a follow. He does do giveaways constantly, so if you guys want a game,
Almost every day.
he does Game Pass, he does games, he does Fortnite cards. Like, if you want to win something and try to win something, this man is your go-to. And if he's not hosting it, he's also partnered with other people to host them as well. So again, he's still guaranteed to do giveaways like every single day. So make sure to go follow him, go show him some support. And thank you guys again for listening to this podcast. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Bye-bye.